Typical grocery store lychees are often defined by a pale, watery texture and a massive seed that occupies most of the internal volume. You are essentially paying for a large pit surrounded by a thin layer of mild juice. The broader global market cultivates 12 distinct varieties. These cultivars differ significantly in their flavor profiles, physical dimensions, and botanical makeup. These 12 varieties occupy a three-tier hierarchy: commercial standards at the base, premium staples in the middle, and exotics at the top. Most consumers only encounter the bottom tier. Global supply chains prioritize durable fruits for shipping, excluding delicate premium varieties from standard shelves. Relying on grocery store availability as a benchmark for quality ignores the full culinary and agricultural potential of the species. Navigating this market requires identifying your specific investment. For cultivators and home gardeners, the primary investment is the years of time and the physical footprint a tree requires in the yard. For culinary experts and gourmands, the investment is financial, involving the high budget required to source and import specialty crates. Both groups are bound by a consistent agricultural trade-off. There is a direct, inverse relationship between a variety's environmental hardiness and its flavor complexity. Miscalculating this trade-off leads to multi-year crop failures for the grower or high premium payments for the buyer on fruit that lacks flavor density. Selecting the right variety requires a precise calculation of your resource tolerance against your desired payout. This quadrant chart provides a metric for evaluation. The horizontal axis tracks cultivation ease, and the vertical axis measures fruit quality. The Mauritius and Brewster varieties occupy the bottom right quadrant. These are the commercial workhorses of the industry. These varieties have a low barrier to entry because they require minimal winter chill hours to induce blooming and thrive under standard subtropical care. This environmental tolerance results in vigorous tree growth and highly dependable annual yields, making them a safe choice for consistent production. To maintain this resilience, the fruit develops a large, heavy seed and a high internal water content. This internal chemistry produces a specific flavor profile. While sweet, the high moisture levels dilute the sugars and introduce noticeable acidic undertones. While workhorse varieties guarantee a harvest, their botanical structure limits the quality of the eating experience. Moving to the top left quadrant, we find the premium staples, specifically the Sweetheart and Hak Ip varieties. This tier is defined by the chicken tongue seed. This is a biological mutation where the seed is aborted or shriveled, which significantly increases the percentage of edible flesh per fruit. Inducing this mutation and triggering a bloom requires strict environmental conditions, including precise, sustained winter chill hours that many climates cannot provide. These climatic requirements limit the regions where these trees can thrive, which reduces the global supply and increases the purchase price for buyers. During development, these fruits remain highly vulnerable to wind damage and pest infestations, requiring more intensive management than commercial varieties. The result of this specialized care is a dense, crisp fruit with intense floral notes and a much higher sugar concentration than the watery commercial alternatives. Premium varieties trade consistency and ease of growth for the maximum possible yield of complex, edible flesh. The extreme edges of the chart are occupied by the niche and exotic tier, including the Emperor and Mai Tsz varieties. These varieties prioritize a single trait above all others. The Emperor is bred for maximum physical size, while the Mai Tsz is cultivated for a specific flavor profile, historically favored by Chinese royalty. The Emperor variety suffers from severe agricultural drawbacks. The trees grow slowly and possess weak wood that often breaks under the weight of the oversized fruit clusters. Mai Tsz requires a massive time investment. It is notoriously difficult to propagate and often requires specialized grafting and years of care before the tree produces its first viable crop.
These elite varieties are high-risk gambles that frequently result in low yields, making them unsuitable for pragmatic growers or budget-conscious buyers. We can map these options into a decision tree. If your investment is time and space, growing the tree yourself, you begin here. The first branching point is your climate. Are you growing in a marginal environment with inconsistent winters or an ideal subtropical zone? For those in marginal climates or with limited time for tree maintenance, the Mauritius variety is the definitive recommendation. Choosing Mauritius means accepting a larger seed in exchange for a tree that will actually fruit in non-ideal conditions. A guaranteed harvest of standard fruit provides a better return on your backyard space than a premium tree that fails to produce. If you are investing money as a buyer, the tree splits between general value and culinary perfection. For culinary perfection, you should source the Hak Ip or sweetheart varieties. While carrying a 40% retail markup, the chicken tongue seed reduction increases the edible flesh-to-weight ratio by nearly 30% compared to a standard Brewster. You are paying for a higher concentration of fruit and less waste. Buyers should avoid the trap of novelty giant varieties like the Emperor. The massive size of giant varieties comes from rapid water absorption during the final growth phase. This expansion dilutes the fruit's sugar density, resulting in a less intense flavor compared to mid-sized cultivars. Mastering these 12 varieties requires aligning your specific constraints, whether climate or budget, with the botanical reality of the cultivar.